Your sacrifice is a currency in the spirit. And when we say currency, what we are talking about is what you use to purchase. Currency is a means of exchange. So your sacrifice is a currency in the spirit. And then if you present yourself as a living sacrifice, that means in this world you are a currency. God will look at you and not allow some things to happen because your life has been presented. Because of you in your family, some things doesn't happen because you have been presented as a currency. Because of you, some of your friends, people that are close to you, evil thing does not happen to them. Not because of anything, because they have come under an ark where you are now the currency. Oh, you don't know what Noah used to do. Noah, do you know why God saved Noah and his family? Noah was a man that was always making sacrifice. He was raising altars. He lived that type of life. And then his family came under the ark. Just because of Noah, his life was a currency that the immortals will look upon and say, let's save this one to start another race. Your sacrifice is a defense in the spirit. Some people, you see, suddenly something just happens because they lack defense in the spirit. So your sacrifice is a defense. You can lay hold on your sacrifice and talk to God. And you know God is a just God. You present him, you give him strong reasons. You present it to him. You present it to him. You present it to him. Why it has to be like this? God, remember. You present it. You keep presenting. You keep presenting. The next thing you will hear is a word of peace, a word of favor, because you have something. You have a currency. You have a currency to present before God. And God has highly exalted his word beyond his name. So everything operates by his word. He is a just God. He's a God of justice. So when you want to make case in the spirit, supernatural case, you must have currency to offer. The reason why some people's prayer is not potent is because it lacks weight in the spirit. Your weight in the spirit is the amount of God you hold and your experiences in trying to do the perfect will of God for your life. It's a currency. We all have accounts in the spirit. Every single person has an account. And then on the day of reckoning, you can draw from that account. You will know if you don't have account. And the weight, it will determine the weight of your prayer. The weight of your prayer. The weight of your prayer. Your sacrifice is a memorial on the day of reckoning. Who is that man in the scripture that God appointed a certain time beyond which he will no longer live? It's Hezekiah. And then he negotiated with God and turned his face to the wall and started speaking to God. And God added another 15 years. You can even decide not to die. When the time comes and God lets you know you have currency and say, God, for this reason, you table it in the court and God grants it. God has respect unto your sacrifice. That's how the scripture says God had respect unto the sacrifice of Abel.